Oh shit! Oh shit!
Okay.
You can see me looking across 3 screens right now.
All right. We are live. Sorry about that, everyone. We are live now.
Oh no! Are we live?
We're live. We're
I'm
live.
eating
You're
cake.
eating cake.
It's cake.
It's
So
cake.
it's a cake stream, guys.
Everyone loves cake, right? So,
This is
no hard feelings. The stream is now live. Thank you for coming, everyone. This is episode 9 of Town Hall. We'll be talking about the Y60 launch coming up on March 15th. Jeffy also had some photos that you took at our boss Brian and Rob's house. We'll be showing off some photos of that as well and some B-roll that we have. But all right. So just to start, Jeffy,
Yeah.
I know you're eating cake, but
Fine. It's fine.
so we do have some B-roll. Do you want to run that and then you can talk us through what happened at
Yeah.
at Brad
Is
and
this an
Ryan's house?
excuse for him to just eat, like
Run the
finish his
B-roll
cake?
so it'll give more context to the world building. You know.
Okay, sounds good. All right, here you go, everyone. Take a look at what Jeffrey took at our boss Brian's house.
Yes. With our Windows activated OS.
Oh my god, you pointed.
Vote now.
Do it. Vote. What's more expensive, guys? The setup or the plants?
Probably the plants, honestly.
Pam, you say Pams.
Plants? The plants?
Yes.
Yes, that is it. All right. So, talk a bit about what happened there, Jeffy. So, when you were taking photos, how long did it take you to actually set up and you know?
Oh. So half the day was moving things around. Uh, a lot of plants is an understatement. He has a whole ecosystem, a whole climate. He has like guinea pigs and like sloths hanging around his house. So we had to move around like
Wait. I don't remember seeing that. Sloths.
he had about 20 plants on the spot that we were supposed to shoot. Or like we had the best lighting. So 2 hours of like prepping and everything. We're a race of time to before before the light disappears, but I think it came out great. We found some nice exotic plants that are really hard to find. You can't really find at Home Depot. I call them like like when you first get into the hobby, you get your plants from like Home Depot or like Target. Then as you progress, you get to a level where you're inputting your plants from like some random warehouse in Southern America. He's that and beyond. So we got some of those cool plants you've never ever seen before. And you can see there, like during the B-roll, we had the fog. That wasn't for like dramatic effect. That's like a humidifier that he has on 24 hours running. So as soon as you like walk, you open the door and you get into his place, you get hit in the face with like the humidity. It's like you just got in a sauna.
Yeah, he has
And
2 of those in his house, I think. When
no, he
when
has more. He
he has
has
He
more.
like
has way more.
he has way more.
Way more.
Like when your contacts, your glasses are dirty, it has smudges on them. Like that's how your regular eyes feel like just existing there. So he has like a 75-inch 4K TV. It actually looks like a 1080p TV because your eyes are just like fogged up the whole time, trying to like see through the mist. And that's all required for for his specific plants. The reason why they are very rare. Another reason is because they require a lot of variables in maintenance and specific humidity and temperatures to survive. So having someone that deep into the space of plants and seeing the level of insight and detail. It's pretty crazy having that next to like a top of the line PC that goes into all the details of like having it fully spec'd and making it look good and having basically the top of the line. So top of the line plants next to top of the line PC,
Yeah,
it just juxtaposed very well.
I mean,
Well, we're all like in agreement that the plants cost more, right?
I
Oh
Like
yeah, I
you think, okay,
definitely.
okay,
for
okay.
sure.
What about electricity bill versus setup?
Oh,
That's a closer challenge, right? What do you think?
I think I don't know. Well, definitely his electricity bill versus like the PC versus like
Yeah.
how much no, the plants win because there was 4 light bulbs alone. No more than that, 4, 5, 6, that's 7 just in that little area where the PC is at. And these are like not like LED energy rated light bulbs. These light bulbs were like serious like UV times 100. Like you'd get sunburn, and if you were to just touch it for like more than half a second, you'd like insta burn. So these are like UV lamps, not like the RGB ones that you get from Amazon. These are hardcore.
I'm sure his electricity bill is
So I'm
much
pretty sure
higher
the
than.
plants would,
I'm telling you, yeah,
unless
that's
unless
the
he starts
one.
mining. If he mines with the PC, because he has 239, he had 239 there, maybe depending.
Yeah.
It'd be a close battle though.
Also, since like the B-roll is such high quality and all the photos that you took as well. Can you tell us a little bit more about the actual equipment that you used? I think you actually have it on your desk, right? Do you want to show
Oh
that off?
yeah, sure. So it looks like it's a fancy setup, but this is just a regular DSLR camera, like a regular like a Sony, but this is like a regular Canon DSLR. It's just everything around it that makes it look like a sweaty setup. But it all serves a purpose. Like this monitor super helped. I think this is like the number one thing when shooting video, is to know when you're in focus. Um, but honestly, it's not super high end. It's just more of knowing your equipment and knowing the conditions and the lighting and your settings. Prior to this, I was shooting uh, most of my content career on my iPhone, and I made do with that. And I was like, all right, now's the time. I'm tired of having grainy nighttime shots, and then I took that leap like a couple of years ago. But yeah, I was editing iPhone footage on like crazy like DaVinci Resolve and like Final Cut, like movie types editing software. And
Yeah. Do you think you can actually like replicate that on an iPhone, or do you really need all this equipment?
so there's a lot of YouTube videos on like iPhone 13 versus Red camera or iPhone 13 versus, and you'll be surprised you can get pretty close. The number one thing where you can tell the distinction is low light. So if it's like sunny outside and people like have a photo of like iPhone 13 and like 8K camera, it's just like glancing, you can tell if you really look. But for the most part, unless it's at nighttime, it's like it's super obvious. So just a trick if for any of you content creators want to get into making content, do it during the day if you just have an iPhone.
Yeah. I mean, so up in the studios, we have like really fancy light. Do you think that's necessary for a photo shoot, or do you really just need that natural light to carry?
Well, the thing with natural light sources are they're big. So, um, like a window is usually like 6 feet by like 4 feet. So when the light hits the subject, what you're shooting, it's soft and there's no harsh, like, you don't have like harsh shadows. So you'll be able to replicate that in studio settings with huge softboxes. That's what if you go up to studios, um, decent lights, setups, they have huge umbrellas and boxes to replicate, um, like the window sunlight, so it wraps the product or the person's face. um we could also replicate it with smaller lights, just positioning it very carefully. The look is mostly on trying to make things not too harsh with shadows.
Right. I mean, like, you're so experienced in this. Like when we were at the BTMC's house, like that was the first time I ever got to see like anyone just utilizing cameras in the way that you do. Like these pictures came out so gorgeous, and this is the reason for this is to to hype up the release of the Y60 on March 15th. Home Run, I do see your question, and I think this is more for Brad. He's our product lead, and he's joining us today to answer any questions you guys have in chat. And I guess Brad, you can lead with this one. So, does the launch on the 15th mean it would ship on the 15th, or does it end, or is it at the end of the month for the first round of pre-orders?
So for the pre-orders for the Y60, we had because we were starting the pre-orders like a while ago, we set our ship date very conservatively. As you guys probably have heard, the situation with the ports right now is pretty drastic. Right, even if your stuff lands at the port, it can take weeks to get it, just like get a truck appointment booked so that they can pick it up and take it away from the port and get it to you. So we didn't want to like promise a super early date and then miss it by like a week or two. So we were very conservative, and then as we started kind of zeroing in on when that product would become available, March 15th looked like a pretty safe bet. So for the HYTE.com orders, like the people that have placed their pre-order, we expect that we should be able to ship out most of those, on that date, on the 15th, if not like within a couple of days afterwards. Just depends on, logistics, like how many we can actually get. Shipping labels slapped on them and on pallets and things like that. But I do expect that most of the pre-orders will ship around the 15th. So not too much to worry about there. Like I said, we just said end of March because we were being conservative. We'd rather sort of under promise over deliver in terms of that delivery date.
Cool, cool. And so for the second round of pre-orders, do we have an estimated ship date for those as well?
So we do have a small second wave that will be showing up in a couple weeks after the first one. Basically, the way that it works, right? A lot of products that are made, in China and Asia, right? There's Chinese New Year happens in the beginning of February, and all the factories shut down for a couple weeks and then start back up again. And so, if all the stuff that got shipped out before that, that's our first two waves of orders. So the very very first shipment that went out, that one is the one that we expect to ship around the 15th, and then there's another wave that comes a couple weeks after that, probably more towards the end of March, and then the like main shipment of like the massive bulk of cases that we'll be getting is the stuff that's was produced sort of now, and that one will be more like towards the end of April. So for people that are placing pre-orders on HYTE.com, that second wave of pre-orders that we did, those ones will still be shipping probably this month. If everything goes as planned, if not like around the first week of April, and then there will be sort of a gap for the next wave. And we do have some stock reserved for people to just purchase from the store.
Right.
But yeah, I think that especially the white case was a lot more popular than like we had anticipated, right? You guys saw that one sold out very quickly. And so yeah, we're still working, and once we get better visibility on those dates, we'll make sure to update that on the website. Like I said, I mean, it's crazy what the variability is because these things are shipping, in container ships across the ocean. Like we have literally like 4 to 8 week windows of when we see it ship out and when we might get it in our warehouse,
Mhm.
and that just makes it so difficult to put accurate dates for those things since we don't have them in stock locally.
Right. So, so those are for pre-orders. When can we expect to have them on the shelves, like and like Best Buy and stuff like that?
So I think the first wave that we're getting this month, those will almost all be online orders,
Mm.
right? So we're fulfilling stock for a few distributors here in the U.S., and then there's a whole bunch of them abroad in Europe and Asia. And as far as on-shelf presence in the US, that one you probably won't see too many of these things other than as systems for at least a couple of months, just because online it's so much easier to get that out on release day. In terms of like logistics to get something into like a Best Buy or a Micro Center, right? We have to get it and then we have to ship it to their warehouse and they get it from their warehouse and spread them around through their stores, and that takes a lot longer. And even they, uh, at least when a product launches, it's something big like a case, they would rather just ship it from their warehouse than have them all be in stores. So that first wave, probably sometime like more towards the end of April, those will be systems. And then as far as cases on shelf, that will depend on what those vendors want to do. If they want to bring them into their brick and mortar stores, then probably in the months after that. But they will be available online as long as we have supply here stateside.
Cool. Also, there were a couple questions that I had in mind, or actually, these are a few questions from Zendesk, our customer support line. Will there will there ever be a chance to have like different colors for the Y60? Or any upgrade kits that we might be offering in the future for it?
Yeah, so we're looking at as far as customization goes, right? The case has the sort of horizontal bands on the top and bottom that are how we differentiate the colors. At launch we'll have the all black case and then the white and the red one. And I think a lot of the decision to do like actual production runs of different colors will depend on the popularity of the red case. Wait, hold on one.
Okay, so if the red case does well, then that'll open up an opportunity to get different colors then.
I think one thing that should be added about the red case is that the paint is extra expensive, and that's the reason you can only get it from HYTE.com. So if people get the red and they like it that much more than the white, that'll definitely open up the door.
Thanks for joining us, Rob. I didn't realize you're here.
You scared me. I was like, where is he?
It's
But
the
also
voice in your ear.
Yeah. So
that's in all industries. It's surprising. Like when I paint cars, like repaint cars, and the red paint costs like an extra 40%, 30% more depending on the type of red.
wait,
So even if
really?
you order cars, yeah.
That's kind of
Like
So I
crazy.
think
just red? It's
yeah.
just red.
So white
Even
paint, like I pay like regular white is pretty cheap, and then if you add like 3-stage with pearl or anything like that, it becomes more expensive. But red all across the board is just more expensive.
Wow.
So like I think the most expensive paint I've seen was like House of Colors red, which was like $800 a gallon. So like house
that
paint.
is Jeffy, that is how expensive our red is.
Yeah, it's insane.
So
Cause like
literally the red paint is a different finish. So the white and the black are
yeah
matte
yeah yeah
textured,
yeah.
and the red is a gloss.
Yeah, I just saw it in the lab. It looks clean though. It looks like a toolbox. It matches my Matco / Snap-on
Like a
toolbox.
Oh
So
Yeah,
my
I'm
God.
like, oh, this is
we
might be my color.
announce it. We can't announce it yet, but the Snap-on collaboration is in the works.
Hey, yo, let's
Wait, you know
go.
who wait, you know who works at Snap-on though? Is our homie Big Euro.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah,
Shit.
you're
Oh
right.
my
That's literally
god.
that's his thing. So if we really
Snap-on mod.
yeah,
No
if we want to
man.
Snap-on mod it,
I need
yeah,
a 10
exactly.
millimeter socket. I keep losing them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll never break our tools ever again.
Maybe we can hit him up after the town hall.
Yeah, maybe that's the trade, right? We get a whole tool
Right?
chest and you can have a Y60.
Yeah.
A white, yeah.
A
Oh,
red
you
one.
know that's so nice. We'll let him make payments too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like the Snap-on truck.
Yeah.
Cool. So we also had a couple other questions from last week's town hall. So I briefly wanted to go over like the design philosophy for the Y60. What was the reasoning behind, literally cutting the corner? I don't know if you'll be able to answer that, Brad, but you're
Yeah. So the first thing, the kind of the main goal behind the design, right, was we were seeing a lot of cases on the market where it was kind of like copy pasting 90% of the same look, right? It's a power supply shroud on the bottom, and you have a radiator mounted to the front or to the top, and you know people were going out and a lot of graphics cards are super expensive now. You're spending a ton of money to purchase new components, and you'd build a new system, and even if you bought a new case, it looked kind of like your old system, and that kind of always made us feel kind of bad. Like there's a little bit of buyer's remorse, and there's only so much you can do by just throwing a ton of RGB at it. And we wanted to make it so that when you do build that new system, and you feel that sense of like, oh yeah, this is new, right? This is not like what I had before. And we also noticed that when people were photographing their system, trying to show it off, they had what we would call the Instagram angle, which is that sort of 3/4 perspective, sort of looking at the side and the front of the case at the same time. And it didn't matter what case you were looking at, there was always, or how they did the glass in the front, or anything like that. There was always that like really ugly support pillar that was there. And so that was like one of the really early goals of how do we get rid of that pillar? Because it's in every case, and other than the ones that are like truly open air, and it was just getting in the way of things. Like no matter how you placed it in your photo, it was either covering up a bit of your RAM, or if you had like nice sleeved cables that you had purchased, like it was covering up a bit of those or the end of your graphics card. And so like from day one, that was part of the design, was let's get rid of the corner support, and really make the case look as good as it possibly can from the angle that not only are you seeing it most of the time when when you're sitting at your desk, if the case is to your right, you're looking at it from that perspective as well. So we wanted to make sure it looked as good as possible, and that's also why we put the IO on the corner at like a 45-degree, because it's like
Mm.
it's facing the user. It's easy to see and access and those kinds of things.
Yeah, every component in the case is staring straight at you, right? Like everything is directly facing you. You can see all the gorgeous details of your components. And um, so my other question is, when thinking about the design of the case, were you expecting this kind of response from the community? We seem to be very we seem to be very popular on like TikTok and Instagram. Yeah, people raving about the case. Did you expect this much hype around the Y60?
It's doing a lot better than I think we could have ever imagined. But I mean, of course, like we can all dream, right? Because like I said, it was kind of what we set out to do, was to make a case that you were proud to own, right? That wasn't being overshadowed by all the rest of the components. Where like the case, we didn't want the case to be holding back. Sorry, that I should rephrase. Yeah, we don't want the case to be holding things back. And yeah, like I'm pretty happy as far as the response it's getting. I'm sure Rob's also super happy, because he was a lot of the driving force behind the like the smaller details of the aesthetic of the case, right? So the lines and the grill pattern, and the little like chamfered edges, and those kinds of things, which really kind of puts a lot of polish on the ID of the case.
Right. Rob,
So,
do you want to
so
chime in? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, so something I would add to that is like what I think that we try to set out and do whenever we try to make any product is we want it to be a modern, contemporary reflection on the audience that's consuming it. And computer cases are kind of like a silly, if you think about it, it sounds a little silly, but the home computer is like your gateway into the technological innovation of like mankind right now. It's the thing that's moving the fastest, that gets better with each generation. And the way that we see our personal computer has a lot to do with like what we think the computer's capabilities are. And so every new computer you get, you start to notice more and more small details, and you would start out with like a beige tower, and then you wanted a black tower, And then you wanted a white tower. Then you wanted a white tower with a window. Then you wanted a white tower with a window with sleeved cables and modular power supplies. And those details really stack up into something of an expectation of like this is the greatest computing device in my life. It should look that way. It should feel that way. And I think that the industry has stalled for like the last 5 to 6 years in giving these details to the customers. And I think we all knew that adding those details in were going to be really well received.
Right. I mean, yeah, I mean, I love the case. Jeffy takes wonderful photos just displaying like how fabulous the case is. It shows off all your components. It hits all the marks, right? Or checks off all the marks. But also another question for you, Brad and Rob. Will there okay, hold on, let me see. Are we ever going to have what's it called? Are we ever going to have case mods like available, like any upgrade kits for the Y60, like a typical GPU stand, or I think on Reddit, let me look that up real quick. It was it was a Y60 pedestal. Let me see if I can pull that on stream.
Oh, the hard drive.
Yes, yes, the hard drive guy. Yeah.
Brad, do you want to crush his dreams or should I?
Yeah, I did. I remember that post. I think that something like that would be pretty difficult for us to justify. I mean, it would have to be. It'd be like tooling half of another case. For that, and
for someone who there might be an audience of 10 of, because
yeah,
you're taking like a tiny, like, or not a compact consumer grade case that is really, most of us get our storage through NVMe on the motherboard. Like, it's just not like I mentioned, it's a contemporary reflection of modern computing. That base is not, though. That base is for like ultra power user with style. And yeah, it would really come down to the investment. To give you an idea on what it would cost to tool something like that, what do you think, Brad? Like $200,000 just to tool that
yeah,
up?
at least to make it look as good as the rest of the case. And like
And then
that's not including however the inside of that pedestal might look, right? If they wanted like hot swap bays or things like that, that would add additional cost.
and you would have certain kind of concessions that you would make in the core product. And so even if you made, say, like a 5% change to the Y60 to accommodate the pedestal, I don't even think 90, or I'm sorry, I don't even think 5% of Y60 buyers would ever consider that pedestal. It'd be a fraction of 1%. So it just doesn't really mesh very well to that's such a broad other end of the spectrum of a type of user. But it's really the kind of thing that's a great thing for you to build at home. Like if the Y60 plus your pedestal is your perfect solution, like it's perfect for you, and like you should absolutely go and explore that. But what it comes down to for us is like, is this feasible, and will a lot of people want this?
Right. So
yeah.
if we were able to make like a poll on Twitter and blast it out, or like have just an email blast on all our socials as well, if it warrants, or if it gets enough attention, is that something that we would be able to look into? Not just the pedestal, but any upgrades, or
I mean,
guess.
I can confirm there are upgrades that are currently being developed. So anyone who's currently already pre-ordered a Y60, like you guys will be able to get those upgrades sooner than anyone else too, just because like we continue to sell out of these Y60s. So those upgrades are going to hit the market while the Y60 demand is still hot even. So you guys are like jumping the line for our upgrade season too.
Yeah. So someone in chat also thinks that sounds like a nice mod. So I mean, maybe that's something that if we can provide measurements now, I know the Y60 is coming up on March 15th. but I've gotten a couple people asking about like the dimensions in the case, just everything. I think we have coming up soon a technical video that would explain all the or share all the dimensions of the Y60 so that people who are interested in developing their own case mods or just like any upgrades to the Y60, that'll be useful and help them steer them in the right direction.
What does that look like, Brad? Is it going to be like the drawings with measurements, or?
Yeah, so I think like what some people have been requesting is actually the CAD models for the
Yeah.
case. And in the past, that's not something that we've provided. It's not something that we are actively trying not to provide. It's just, and I mentioned it in the Discord, but basically like those are the CAD files we use for manufacturing. So there's a little bit of like intellectual property kind of like in those files. I don't see a problem with providing like mechanical drawings. Like if people are really want to know like what the exact clearance like down to the fraction of a millimeter is in this space or in some other space, so that they can plan out their builds. A lot of the rest of it is the fact that the case is still under embargo. So if we were to provide that level of depth of information before the reviewers can even publish their reviews, they'd probably get pretty mad. So
Steve Burke would not like it if our Discord users got the scoop.
yeah,
Very
among
true.
a lot of other people. So those are kind of the two factors that we're working with. We did provide some dimensions for the Revolt 3. People were asking about it for doing mods for GPU clearance. So if there's a lot of demand for it, like it shouldn't be too hard for us to kind of package it up in a way that we can distribute without having to worry too much about, showing the inner workings of how we do our designs and manufacturing. But yeah, at the very least, we wouldn't be able to show too much of that until the embargo lifts.
Got it. I mean, at that time, when the Y60 is shipped out, I think you said at the end of March, people already have their hands on it and they can start designing their a build or designing a build around the Y60 like a case
Yeah,
model.
and we do want to give the tech media a chance to convey some of that information to the potential buyers, right? So some of them are going to be far more technical in one way or another, right? We'd like wholly expect Steve Burke to take this thing and do like an insane amount of airflow and thermal testing on it, and someone else is going to take this thing and be like, okay, they said it has this compatibility and I tried it out, and this was actually what happened, right? Like I could fit this, I could fit this, I couldn't fit this, whatever. And so that's going to answer a lot of those questions, and we like working with the tech media in that way. It's different people like to consume that information in different ways. But yeah, if there's any gaps in the information, then we can always make it available on the HYTE website.
And the earliest date for this would obviously be after embargo lifts on the 15th, right?
Yes.
Cool. And then shifting away from the Y60 a little bit, we'll be talking about just some product updates for the rest of the line. I know the Key SR65 that we haven't really talked about that in a while. So could you actually give us a bit of an update on the status of that?
Yeah. So the key, as we mentioned in some of the prior town halls, there's a lot of feedback we've gotten, both like openly from the community and also from some of the people we've been working with, like in the background. And so we're still finalizing what changes we're making to the design, but there are some like major changes. We did I don't think King minds if I share, but we did
I
a
don't.
pretty major revision to the gasket mount system that we had to kind of make that work better. And then along with that came a really big overhaul of the assembly and disassembly process, right? We kind of went back and said like every screw we don't need, that's just a screw that someone's going to have to spend time to take out, and if we don't need it, get rid of it. And so those are some of the things. But as far as like the function and the aesthetic, it'll look the same and work the same. It's just like on the inside we're we're making sure it's the best it can be. But it's still, we're still doing, new mock-ups, checking it out, seeing if it works the way we want, and if it doesn't, then we go back and make some more revisions. We want like the touch and feel of the thing to be as good as it can be. I know, like, I think I've heard Rob talk for like 3 or 4 hours about the little scroll wheels at this point. So, we're really looking at it like under a microscope.
Got it. I mean, is there a chance that we would be able to obtain a list of these changes, or is that not possible?
That'll come out when we're done. Or
Yeah,
yeah, Rob, you can.
yeah, because we're not finished with it, and so what we don't want to do is we're not prepared to start doing like a live change log of things just yet.
Mhm.
But I think we're totally happy to highlight what has changed once we're ready to re-announce it.
Great. And then also we don't want to forget about the Revolt 3, but the bronze mesh that came with the flight case, Brad. I think we mentioned in a previous town hall that we were going to, include that as maybe a part of an upgrade kit or a separate accessory for purchase. What's that looking like so far?
Yeah, so that's mostly done and figured out. We did actually make extras of those, right? There is a minimum order when we did those bronze meshes for the limited edition cases. So we do have some extras. It's really just kind of bottlenecked on like getting them skewed up and packaged and things like that. Right? They're just kind of like sitting in a box up until this point, and then honestly, a lot of the Y60 stuff kind of got in the way, and we were trying to make sure that this launch went smoothly. But yeah, I'll go find out where that's at. It should be just a matter of a week or two, as long as we can, like I said, figure out how to get them packaged and shipped out, because that wasn't like a original consideration. They were just kind of kept around as spares.
Mhm.
Maybe we'd use them for like a marketing opportunity or something. But if people do want them, then yeah, we're working on making them available standalone.
Cool. Are there any other like product updates that you'd like to go over? Otherwise, we can go ahead and move over to any community updates that King has.
Well, did you see that there was a guy asking about Revolt 4?
Oh, on the
Yeah,
on the
I'm looking at that. I'm like, oh gosh, okay.
All right. I mean, I don't know if we can disclose that
No,
any
I don't-
information.
Yeah, I would
Isn't
say
isn't
most
aren't,
case. Sorry.
no, aren't we calling it the Y10?
Why it's
Yeah.
We're just
I guess
having.
that is
We're just having.
something we can probably talk about is whatever follows up Revolt 3 will probably not be called Revolt, right?
Gotcha.
Anybody who's been following knows Revolt came from an iBuyPower case. And we want whatever the future one is going to be a fully hyped product. So it probably will not carry the Revolt name any longer. But as far as the like life cycle of those products, I would say most cases they probably stick around for at least 2 years. But of course, like if there are things we want to change about the Revolt 3, we can do running, and we will do running changes, right? As new graphics cards come out, I'm sure that the requirements for power supplies and airflow and physical dimensions will change. And so as the industry needs and demands change, we can modify that case. You've seen other case manufacturers do things like that with like a V2 version, or like the new whatever it is, whatever the case happens to be. And so we do expect that to happen. So throughout the main part of the Revolt 3's lifespan, there will be updates, and then whatever its successor is will probably have another name. Maybe it'll be the Y10. We don't know.
This is curious from Raven in the Twitch chat. So you said, and I don't know where this applies yet because it could apply for both or many parts of our product line, but the distribution plate for water cooling for Y60. Okay, you just asked that, so you just specified that, Raven. But I thought you were talking about like the add-ons to Revolt. Like, wasn't there a discussion about having like a small res or something like that for Revolt 2? Like, did we have any thoughts about that at all?
For Revolt specifically, we actually did do a whole prototype of a custom liquid cooled version of that case, and it's just a matter of like we kind of set it aside. It would have been really expensive. One of the hardest parts of that project was the door, right? So the case was designed around having that radiator door that swings open, and that is enabled by the like very flexible tubing that AIOs have. And so if you were to go to custom loop, usually that tubing is not as flexible. It doesn't really like being moved around as much. So there was that concern, and of course, like a hard tube build would completely kind of invalidate that door. And if there's continues to be demand for it, we can go and kind of like revive that, like Skunkworks project, if people are interested. But yeah, that's for Revolt. We're not really sure how many people are trying to build high-end custom loops in the Revolt 3, but we know people are going to do it for the Y60, and so we're still kind of looking into as far as a distro plate. Like we definitely want one. It's a matter of would it make the most sense for us to have our own, or to partner with somebody.
Cool.
Which is an open invitation if someone feels like they would like to partner with us for Y60 distro plate. The inbox is open.
Who do we shoot the message to, or what's the email address?
Yeah, what
They
is
can go
it?
to marketing at HYTE.
Marketing at HYTE.
It can totally go there. Yeah, you can send an inquiry to marketing.
I was
at
gonna
HYTE,
be
it'll
like,
go.
send it to PR@HYTE.com.
Oh no, poor Casey.
No. If anybody does know, anyone we would do some collabs with.
Yeah.
Great, especially on distro plate stuff. That's cool.
Also,
Because I think we plan on making a distro plate. It's just, does someone want to make one with us? Let us know.
Yeah, it's going to be a matter of like if the demand is there and no one steps up, like we're already kind of working on like our own, but that's more for like our own mod, right? Not something that we had initially really planned to sell, but like I know that there's a couple of people that work here that have custom loop systems, myself included, and when we do upgrade to Y60, that's like right up there on my priority list. But it was more like, okay, I've got an X carve, and I got a guy who knows how to design it. Um, we'll just make one, and then I can have it, and a few other people can have it. But yeah, if the community is like, hey, what the heck is that? Like, give, right? Then we can try to make that happen.
cool. I think I actually missed one question about the Y60. It's not strictly a water cooled. It's not strictly a water cooled system or a case, right? We had a lot of people asking like, how well would a air cooled system work in the Y60?
So the design is intended to be used with an AIO. Of course, a tower heatsink. I think the clearance is 160 millimeters, so a lot of the normal size tower heatsinks will fit, but it wasn't a priority in the design because that big space for the side radiator and the top radiator, those are kind of there intentionally. And if you were gonna do an air cooled build, like it would work. It's just it might not look as good as the a lot of the photos that were.
I would counter that, Brad. I would say that a good looking air cooler would look better than like a traditional AIO because it's got depth to it. If you saw it from the front, you saw it from the side.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, just not too
Make
many
sure,
good looking
make
air coolers. Oh no
yeah, and
they
make
do have the new oh, what is it? Is it a Noctua one? The one that's got like the nice like boxy.
the Chromax.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to fit like we only have a 120 mil fan on the back, right?
Yeah.
So you probably can't run like a D14 in this case, which might be like deceiving to your eye because you're used to seeing vertical graphics. Probably wide enough. But one of the higher end, more compact 120s should work. I wouldn't recommend it though. Just liquid cooling's pretty much better in every way at this point.
Oh, we actually have a special guest in the house, Liquid House. We did have a previous case mod with him, with the Revolt 3, I think.
Are,
Right?
are they in the audio?
Not in Discord, but they are in Twitch chat. I unfortunately don't have any pictures to throw up just to display like the actual case mod that he provided for us. But King, do you want to provide any information or like how that came to fruition?
Yeah, so that's still one of the top mods that we have, right? It's still definitely like something that we keep out in the open so people can check it out. If we ever go to events, it's still one of the easiest ones to go and pick up and take. So, and we've done it before. We've taken it to our keyboard events. But it's super solid, like collab there. So that was part and parcel with NVIDIA. They had us pick two really awesome people to go and collab with, and Liquid House, super short list of people to go and collab with, and mods by Ben. So both of those Revolt mods are still um, good to go, and we love them. So yeah, like Liquid House. I mean, I don't think it's a secret, but we're definitely going to be working with him on the Y60 mod. I hope that's going well. I see you here. How's the fluid holding up? That's a question for Brad, I guess. I haven't seen that one like up close for how the fluid levels are doing, but I'm assuming that that everything is really good with that. But yes, we will be doing another collab with the Y60. I hope that's going well. I heard you had some you were looking for like the like apart from EK or something like that. But if I can help you with that at any way, let me know. But I think you got all the really cool tidbits of and parts that you need for that mod. So, but let us know. Let us know how that goes. Again, we're not going to be revealing anything about how that looks until all the embargoes are set.
Yeah,
So, but we're super looking forward to that.
just look forward to the end product, guys. We'll hopefully we get to see a lot of case mods pop up shortly after the release, and everyone has their hands on the Y60. But just to finish up the product update section, Solsky did have a question in Discord, and he's asking, since the Keeb is a limited edition run, will it be sold internationally through distributors like the Y60, or will it only be available stateside?
Good
For
question.
no, for Keep we do have some set aside for international. The primary sales channel will be through HYTE.com, but we will have some available international.
Cool. Thanks for the question, Solsky. But King, let's go ahead and move on to any community updates that we have. Anything?
Yeah, I mean, if we're on the thing about keep stuff in general, so that we're gonna do the keyboard meet. That's gonna be in San Diego. I'm gonna bring them up again, but Big Hero's doing another event down there. It will be the San Diego keyboard meet. That's on Saturday, March 19th. John, you're scheduled to go to that, right?
Yeah, I'll be there with a Y60.
And you are bringing a Y60.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you bringing the system or just the case? And is it yeah? Which one are you bringing?
So I think I briefly mentioned this, or I briefly asked Brad about this, but I think we can have a Y60 system at the event, right, Brad?
Okay.
We just need to swap
Uh,
out the GPU.
Yeah, the the white Y60 that's been going around to all the photo shoots. That graphics card is actually not ours. We borrowed it. That's how hard it is to get a 3090 Founders Edition. Is we don't even have enough for
Who,
our
who,
systems.
who did we borrow that card from, Brad?
That specific one is from Eddie
At
at at CyberPower PC.
who we are friends with. So I just we're all. It's a small industry, and we each do favors for each other, and we really appreciate CyberPower PC letting us borrow that 3090.
That's really
Yeah,
cool. So
it came in clutch because we were for CES we were trying to get those photo systems together, and it was like, all right, we need like the biggest baddest card for our system. We went looking around and it was like, all right, what like, hey, do you have a 3090? And it's like, no, no one has a 3090. Oh shoot, we got to find someone who who owns one. And so yeah, we started asking around, and they were willing to donate. Well, not donate theirs. We got to give it back.
Cool.
That's gonna be like one of the only public appearances this system's gonna be in between now and I guess launch.
Yeah, I mean
Between now and launch and shipment, right? Because
it's quite
that
literally a
would be
couple
the
days
first
after,
time.
right?
Yeah, that would be the first time anyone could even go up into the system at all and make, you know, their own judgments on the fly live. But yeah, that's coming up on March 19th. It looks like they'll be having some giveaways from different people, including HYTE stuff. So definitely check that out. There is a sign up in a Google Doc in the Keebs channel. But I'm sure as we get closer to it, we'll make more announcements. We're going to support that on social as well. And even if you don't attend that, we'll get pictures from pictures from that event, and we'll share that, of course.
Yep. I don't think I actually asked you, Jeffy, but would you like to come to that to that event on the
Oh no,
19th?
this is a low key invite, and he's on. He's live. What are you gonna say,
Right
Jeffy?
on
What are you
stream,
gonna-
Jeffy.
Yeah, no pressure.
Sure. Yes, I'll shoot some content in the Diego.
You could bring the truck then, because Jeffy could totally bring the truck, and then maybe the Y60 safest in the truck, right?
Yeah, I mean, we will have our own section there. I'll be on site. If you guys do stop by, you can sign up for our rewards program. We don't have any items in stock yet, but we will. And if you do stop by, we'll gladly provide you some XP so that you can grab some swag when we restock. Also,
Yep.
the system there will be supporting a WPM tournament. So if you're there and you like some, if you want to get a nice prize, I can't disclose what the actual prize is yet, but yeah, if you're in the San Diego area, I will be dropping this Google sign up sheet in an announcement probably after the stream. And yeah, come visit us, check out the Y60 and sign up for the rewards program. We'll be having some nice giveaways there. And other than that, are there any other events that we have scheduled soon, King?
Well, it's funny because like you're pivoting right into the right event. So I would say that WPM, we just got off a call with Monkey Type, right? And
Yep.
that was this week as well. That would be a really good place to be testing that LAN version. So for all of you guys in this call too, so Rob and Brad, I knew that it was like a concern to see like if we could do a LAN version, and the dude was totally up for it. So we talked to him, and he was like, "Oh, here's a local based version of this, and there is a whole GitHub, and he forwarded it to us. We'll forward it to you guys to see if we could play with it, but there is a possibility to local host it. And he gave us some of the documentation, and he said it was so easy to set up, even beginners could totally do it. So that might be a thing, right? Maybe we could see that running at the San Diego keyboard meet.
Yeah.
It would certainly make our lives easier as we go to next subject, events. So we all know that the upcoming one will be PAX East. Whether our activation will be surrounding our partners. So we'll probably have our product in 3 different booths there. So if you are coming to check that out, I don't even know if I'm allowed to say this, but we will be working with like ASUS, AMD, Intel, some game publishers there. So if you are coming to PAX East, you will see the Y60 firsthand as well. Whether or not we're running like really cool giveaways, won't be able to disclose that yet. But if you are heading up to PAX East, I know myself, I will definitely be there. And I'm totally trying to drag all kinds of members of my team out there with me to kind of just see how our product does in the wild as well. That is well within the 30 odd days that people will be starting to receive their Y60. So uh, more eyes on the ground on that product being there, and it's all about the PC setup. So I definitely urge people to go and check us out. If you don't know about the Y60 and us being on the ground, then just check out that PAX East site. It is just PAX.com. So It will be in Boston this year, and it is April 21st. So if you are coming to that, please do check us out there. We will be on the ground in some way, shape, or form.
Um, we do have a question in Twitch chat. When
Yeah.
will the Y60 case be available for the UK? I think we briefly touched on this at the beginning of the stream, but Brad, if you want to go ahead and answer.
Yeah, let me double check because like I said, the logistics of how product flows to different regions is pretty complicated. So right now the launch regions it shows here Japan and Singapore will definitely have them on launch. And then Germany, Malaysia, Philippines, Hong Kong, and Korea, like sort of imminently after that. We'll need to check on when the delivery for UK is going to be. It might be a little bit delayed, but I think that I'll have to check to see if our Germany, the Abapower Germany branch will be able to support any orders, outside of their local region.
Hopefully that was a sufficient enough answer for you, Raven. But we
All right, no, I gotta answer.
Oh.
So, CyberPower PC UK will be carrying it
Nice.
in the near future. So not, I guess not at launch.
Cool. All right. So we do have one last thing for tonight's stream. We do currently have a giveaway going on. It's actually round 2 of our giveaway. If you head over to our Twitch, or no, sorry, not Twitch, our Twitter and Instagram, you can find that we are giving away a Y60 if you just take a snapshot of your own setup, and then use the hashtag HYTEupSetup.
Your setup, guys. So we want to see where the Y60 is going to live. So like step back, then let us take in your space, your place of zen and where you game and everything. So where you think the Y60 is gonna live, um, and let us see all the cool details of your space.
Yeah, we actually have a couple photos from our current round that I'm going to throw up on stream. And I guess we can do a little rate my setup as well, like we did
Oh,
on
no, we're rating people. Okay.
we will. So I have 5 photos here. Let's go ahead and start off with one from Instagram. This is from Amir Faze. I don't know if you guys are able to see this, Brad.
I can see
Everyone.
it.
All
Let
right,
me zoom in.
cool.
Let me enhance.
Okay. Okay.
Let me enhance so I can see.
Enhanced.
Okay. I see. I see. Oh, this person is organized. Look, he has a little tray for post-its on the left, right next to the left speaker. So I already know this guy.
Did
Keep
you see
tabs on
do you
things.
see the easy button from Staples?
I do. I see it.
That's
You know,
awesome.
this guy's a he has a productivity kind of guy. Like he has a mouse. He has like a mouse thing that I have too. Put your palm on.
Yeah, wait.
What
Okay.
Like he's
are what's the thing mounted on the monitor on the right side?
The blue thing?
Yeah.
I think it's a thermal camera.
A thermal
Thermal
camera?
camera.
I have an idea. It looks like a toy.
So infrared camera?
Infrared camera.
Yeah, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but we actually didn't have space for Brad on the asset, so
Wow.
he's got a close-up
Oh,
look
here
of
he is. He popped up over. Yeah, I
You
like
should
it.
put him on top of Iron Man.
top
Oh,
line.
maybe no. High Demon's right. Maybe it is head tracking.
Head
Maybe
tracking.
this
No,
person like is
it's
all
the
about
Wi-Fi.
playing with their eyes.
It's a Wi-Fi antenna.
It's a Wi-Fi
Wi-Fi
antenna?
Oh, it is a Wi-Fi antenna. Oh,
Wait,
okay. Okay.
wait, really?
I really like the eye tracking thing. I like that so much more than
But
revealing that it's a Wi-Fi.
he has like a split style keyboard. Not split, but an
Ergo
ergonomic
style. Yeah.
ergo style.
Virgo, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the classic MX mouse.
I mean, there's a whole lot of Iron Man on this too. I imagine if he had like a
Yeah.
Y60 on his desk, it would be wrapped in maybe a custom Iron Man mod as well.
Oh, pretty good. Silver speakers a little clash with the all black setup. the wall's a little blank. Maybe you should have like an Iron Man poster on top, just to.
But is this like an ITX build? Like, is that what's happening behind the
Oh, on the left
monitor,
side.
Do
or
you
is that like a giant hard drive?
wait? Do you think that's the PC? Like,
I don't know, but
think
that's the
it's the
problem. Therein
PC.
lies the problem.
Wow,
Like with
look at
this
all of us
setup, I
looking
don't
close.
even know where the
Yeah, that looks
PC
like a
is.
serial number on a serial number sticker. So maybe it's a
Yeah.
laptop.
I don't know. Do we know
like
any
that.
specifics about like what it is? Because it could. You're right. It could be a laptop just like
Could be a laptop. Could be a
leaning against
laptop,
the
man.
wall.
I mean, like just to the right of the image, there's actually an easy button there. Actually, I haven't seen one of
Yeah,
those in a
that's-
while.
Yeah.
He probably hits that button every time he gets a kill in Call of Duty or something. Or but just going down the line, what would you guys rate this? Out of 10?
I'd give it a 6.5 for me. Good.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, it's not bad.
I would have stayed with like the sixes if I
Yeah.
in my head, like Rob didn't tell me that was just a Wi-Fi antenna. Like I was like,
Yeah.
oh, impressive. But now it has me questioning, like, is this it? Is okay? So someone here says, is it a PC or a sandwich maker back there? I mean, like, it's true. I will give this like a 5.5 because like the dual monitor is pretty dope. I used to
Yeah.
have that keyboard. I know how comfortable that is. I love split keyboards.
Yeah.
Or split ergo keyboards.
Like an
Yeah,
iPhone
yeah, yeah. I'll give it.
stand.
I'll give it like a 5.5.
5.5. What about you, Brad?
Yeah, I'll think about give it a 6. If it is a toaster though, then I'm gonna increase that to a 6.5 or a 7 because I want a toaster on my desk.
Yeah, I mean, I think I can also agree with giving it a 6. If that is a head tracker, I think that's really cool. And if it is, then I'd give it a 7.
We wish it. Yeah.
Yeah. So we do have another, or actually 4 more entries.
Yeah, let's go on to
So
the next
the
one.
next one is from that BIM guy Phil from
BIM
Twitter.
guy Phil.
Yeah. So you guys really have to zoom in for this one, but
Oh my god, John,
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
You didn't
yes.
like zoom in for us. You had to
Wait,
like make us
hang
triple
on.
zoom.
What's
Hey,
that
hey,
chair?
he,
What
Are
is
those
happening,
armrests?
John?
it
Like,
is
what-
a
who is
vertical.
filtering these?
It was a vertical picture, all right. It's a portrait. Sorry. So I mean, I like the lights going on in the background. I can't really tell what.
Yeah, the like Starfield
Yeah,
Yeah,
projector
the projector
thing.
thingy.
Mhm.
But hang on, can you guys explain the chair to me? It's like my it's like a forced
Wait,
perspective or
Wait,
something.
yeah, wait. I just noticed
Wait
that.
a minute. Is it like tipped over wrong?
But yeah, I thought that's the bottom of the chair. But look at the armrest slash handles. Does he do dips? It's
What
like he's
the
just
heck
like
is
he's just
going
doing
on?
this on his chair.
You know
Maybe.
what? No. It looks like an extension of like the auditorium chairs, like when you go and watch like a basketball. Like,
So maybe he stole this chair from like a stadium. That would be sick if he did. Like a Laker game, he just took it home.
I mean, the perspective is a little weird to me, but yeah, maybe he
Oh,
does actually start doing dips whenever he wants. It's like
yeah, I like the monitor arm is not centered. It's like on the left, so it looks like it's floating more. That's a cool detail, you know?
that's got to be
there is a lot of respect in this setup though, because like
Yeah.
that monitor arm and the monitor, this person totally like look at the cable management of this one. You could tell is like he didn't want to see a lot of it going
Yeah.
on. And if that laptop actually goes like traveling anywhere, then
Yeah.
this looks clean even when it's disconnected. So
Yeah.
I respect the setup. It's pretty cool. Plus the whole
Mm.
Starfield thing, like
Yeah.
my kid sleeps with that kind of thing at night.
Yeah,
So
that's dope. That's
feels
dope.
good.
So like so he filled up the top space, with a whole Starfield instead of like, hang up. He has a small painting instead of
Wait,
yeah.
filling up.
I really need to see the drawing behind
That's a word cloud with a heart, or like a word cloud
Is
in the
it?
shape of
Oh
a
my
heart.
god.
Yeah. I don't know exactly what the topic is for the word cloud, but I quite like that.
Yeah, there's some inspiration here. This is
King, I know you're really familiar with custom keyboards. Can you identify that? Is that a custom keyboard?
I don't know, John.
Or
If you didn't
something.
just zoom out like 100x.
You want me to
Kinda look like a
enhance?
Filco.
I don't know if I can enhance during the stream, but
I wanna see the chair. I see headphones in the bottom left.
yeah. Actually, he has an error message on his screen. In the middle of the screen. I don't know if you guys can see that, but something was going on his computer
It's
there.
like his
Uh-oh. Are we knocking? Is this like the knockout phase? Like this is like the minus points section?
No. I mean, there are things to respect here, right? Like the light show in the background.
Is it me or his icons all like really huge? Maybe is that like a
Oh, you're
420
right.
monitor?
I mean, okay, so
Maybe it's an extension of the desktop on the
true,
oh,
true,
on the
true.
laptop.
yeah,
Yeah.
on the laptop.
Yeah, I was gonna say if his
Mm.
laptop is 1080p, then he might have his monitor
Yeah,
to
mirroring that.
1080 vertical.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah,
making
yeah.
the
The thing
icons really
looks
big.
big.
All right. So let's go ahead and give it a rating. Start off with Jeffy there.
If he got that chair from a stadium, like mad respect, that's like an 8. But if that's like a handicap chair or something that he like stole from his grandma, then maybe like a 5.5.
All
That's
right.
quite
And then
spread,
actually
dude.
this is more. I like
That's
this more than like we'll do 7. We'll do 7
A 7?
yeah.
because
Yeah.
I like the it's just clean. You know what I mean? It's simple and clean. I like trying to fill up the vertical top. So we'll do 7. We'll do 7.
I mean,
Solid 7.
it's actually like no shame, but like I prefer to have like really clean and like simple setups like this. I have or when I do have space to have my third monitor set up, I just want almost nothing on there. Maybe have like a backdrop like he does. So I think I would actually give this a 7.5 because of relatability. Brad, do you want to give us your score?
I'd say as is like a 7. It is really clean. I am questioning a little bit if this is actually how the setup would look because I'm not. I don't know too many people that use their mouse on
Oh,
Oh
their
yeah,
oh,
work
you're right.
surface.
Yeah, you're actually
true.
right.
And that
Maybe they
looks
just
like a
cleaned
texture.
everything off the desk for the
Oh,
picture.
you think this is an
Um,
authentic?
but
And it's
otherwise,
w-
the cleanliness of it is
yeah.
nice. I wish
Wait,
my desk was this.
It's
look
sus? Oh
look how
no.
look how the light hits the wood. So that's like it's like all grainy. So that means that's textured wood. This guy's literally playing Counter-Strike on concrete.
I mean, there are like new mouse gates like I've seen on like YouTube and stuff, like
Oh,
glass
like
mouse,
off-roading?
like glass mouse
Off-roading mouse
gates.
gates?
Yeah, yeah. So maybe
Okay.
he has some of those attached to the mouse. But let's go ahead and move on to the next entry. This is from Instagram.
Oh, okay, John. Thanks.
Wait, I thought you gave a score. Did you give a score? I
No, but
oh, okay. Sorry, my bad,
so,
Kink. Okay.
it's okay, John.
What is?
Okay, okay. Look, I was gonna give it a 7 too. The one thing I like about this is that like it's minimalist in the way that like you'll appreciate what is on the desk. So it seems like they're like laser focused. They have the inspirational thing. Like I gotta say that like for what you can see, a Y60 on this desk would significantly bolster like the setup. So
Where
it's
would you put
clean.
it?
I do question this chair a little bit. I can't tell if it's a good or a bad thing yet. I might need some like time with this, but
We need another
solid
angle.
7, solid 7
We
for
need
me.
we need to message this guy and can you just
Yeah.
take a picture of your chair? Nothing else. Like a top down. Like do you rest your arm on that? So, like does your elbow hurt after like I don't know. I need answers.
Yeah. All right. I mean, maybe we should reach out and see and find out what Jet Chair is actually. Maybe it's very comfortable. We'll find out. But the next entry is from TechFrag on Instagram. I quite like the setup a lot. We actually I see this color pop up again and again. It's this color plus like that purple hue. Um, I
Yeah.
I think
It's aesthetic. It's
yeah.
that 80s neon wave
It's just like
look.
I'm in the sea. I mean, go ahead and start giving your honest opinions about this.
Like that light can't be up, right? He definitely set this
The
up for
lamp.
this photo, right?
The
Like
lamp.
and no one just shoots that lamp right there up. Like
Yeah.
they're definitely setting this up for this challenge, I think.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know. He looks like he'd be a very good customer of our RGB products.
Yeah.
Looks amazing to me.
What's
Okay,
that
okay.
thing on the right? There's like
This
something with a bunch of stuff plugged into it. Is
yeah,
that like
that's
a
like
drum
a
set?
yeah,
Is
looks
that
like
a
a
drum set?
electronic. Yeah, that's like a cymbal, you know, like
Wait,
it's like
Wow.
wait, yeah, that definitely is a drum set. So he's a musician, right?
it's pretty
We
cool.
from last week's town hall, there seems to be a lot of musicians because there was a MIDI keyboard on one of the entries last week.
Yeah. You know who else has a MIDI and a DJ set? Rob.
Listen, I appreciate that all of our fans are such amazing artists. We're a community of artists, and we're so happy to have you.
I don't know, guys. This chair looks way less comfortable than the other one. So.
Yeah, I like the other chair better now. I can't go back to it.
I've actually that
But
neck
you know what?
support
I'm gonna.
might be an attachment, right? That's got to be an attachment.
Oh, I see. I didn't even know they had those, but it looks like part of the chair.
Yeah.
Did you just mod your chair?
I'm stalking his Instagram right now because I see there's 3 or 4 other
I
pictures.
see the custom key, so that's cool.
Do you know what key that is?
No, I don't know, John. if you stop enhancing these photos, maybe.
What? All right.
It's definitely a 65.
Oh, that's for sure. Yeah.
Oh, it's what is that actually?
Might be
Is it a glorious 65?
Might be a. I can't tell from here, John.
I mean, this is the best I could do. Okay. Instagram limits. All right. But let's start. Going ahead and giving it some reviews. So I really like this. Just the colors just really gets me. Again, I said this on the last stream, but this color scheme is very pleasing to my eyes. I think the LEDs at the bottom of the desk clash a little bit. I think if I was standing behind the person using this desk, I would just maybe remove that or maybe make it more obscure or like just diffuse it somehow. But I think he might be a streamer. He has some sound dampening phone on the wall, right? Actually, I don't.
Well, it might be the drum set. It might be the drum
Oh,
set.
okay. Okay.
To piss off his neighbors.
Okay, you're right, actually. But yeah, I think I would give this a 7.5. Let's go ahead and start off with King.
I gotta give this like an 8.5 because I don't see a single cable. I don't know if you guys are looking at this, but like I literally do not see any cables.
Wait, actually, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give it
Like the
an
cable
8.
management is insane on this one.
I
For
give it an
whatever's
8.
going on here, you could like I could forgive the drum set and the whole the deck there that might be audio related, but
Yeah,
I literally don't see any cables. This is spectacular.
I give it an 8.
Give it an 8.
Yeah, I try to put my filter glasses on to look past the RGB. You know, we live in the land of RGB, so I try to envision it with the lights on. And I do like the little details, like it's the safe IKEA desk that everyone gets. You know, it's a budget-friendly, nice desk that's perfect for PC setups.
Oh,
I
it
like
is one too, because you could tell by the drawers, the handles.
yeah.
That's totally an
like
IKEA
the
desk,
classic,
yeah.
the classic IKEA setup. And then I like how he has this setup like in like the top room, the attic, because look at the line behind the computer. So like because that's not a corner, that would match the Y60 really well, because we cut corners up in here.
Just we don't actually cut corners. We just cut corners on the case, to make it look nice. but
yeah. Thanks for the clarification. Literal corners.
Yeah, so I think that would look great with the Y60 there, with the angular setup. But Brad, go ahead and give this a rating.
Is it cheating to have actually looked at his other Instagram photos? Because that has
Yes, because
definitely
I was gonna ask for that. I was
influenced.
totally asking.
It has definitely influenced my my rating here. I was
Yeah.
gonna give this an 8, but after looking through the rest of his Instagram, it's definitely a 9.
Oh,
now
okay.
I gotta look
Oh yeah,
now.
I gotta look now
So
too.
he's got his logo on the LCD on his cooler. His graphics card is actually 45-degree mounted, so it's like like past vertical.
It's like someone 1G punched it a little bit.
Yeah,
But it's
so
like
that's like super custom mod. And the other what was the other thing? Oh yeah,
he has
that
his
lighting
logo.
is synced with his PC.
Oh.
They have
it is a 60. It's a 60 keyboard. Okay.
Yeah.
We like that.
This is it. Look at that. Look at the little doodads going on too. There's like a little doggo inside there, like a mini doggo.
Yeah, and then he has
Yeah,
John
I'm gonna
the John
bump mine
Wick
up to 9 for sure.
Oh
I'll
yeah.
take a point off because I see like Christmas lights on the borders, but
Wait. Yeah. Wait. This looks. I like his other pictures. Honestly, it gives a better picture of his entire setup, and it just looks a lot cleaner.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bump my rating to a 9 as well. This is very nice.
I'll bump mine to 8.5.
8.5.
I don't want to be the only one left down.
Okay. Again, guys, if you want to enter the giveaway, this is not based off how much we like your setup. This is gonna be a raffle system. So as long as you use hashtag HYTEupSetup on Twitter or Instagram, and then also post a an actual picture of your setup. You can have multiple angles. You will be entered, and the giveaway ends, I believe, on Tuesday night at 11:59 p.m. So you have until then to submit your entry, and let's go ahead and move to the last submission that we have today. This is from ZZ Captain Howdy on Twitter. So let's use our let's zoom in a bit here. Let's enhance, but let's go ahead and start giving this some reviews. I like the Stormtrooper head. I on the third monitor there on the left. And I think he has some nice. Like I can't tell what the keyboard is, but those pudding
It's
caps
a
are.
puddle. Those are puddle caps for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, pudding caps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I already know this guy's story. All right. So everything on this desk is like a hand-me-down. That's just his dad's old desk from his dad's office.
Oh.
He started off with the monitor on the left, and then once he saved up enough money, he got the monitor on top for the next year's Christmas. And then this year's Christmas, he upgraded it to the bottom monitor, and he didn't throw any of his monitors away. He just kept expanding his setup.
Out of sentiment, right?
Yeah, I know, because I've been in this position before. because the monitor on the left looks like it's the oldest, like 4 years old or something,
Yeah.
by how thick the bezels are. And then
I
the
like
bezels.
the use of it though, right? It
Yeah,
has
yeah.
just
Yeah.
the OBS.
Yeah.
Or Streamlabs.
Yeah.
Just has slobs on it.
So you definitely know he's a streamer.
Brad,
Right.
what case is that?
That's definitely a DG7.
Oh damn.
Damn.
Damn, you can't hide a case from Brad. You won't.
No,
you
it's
just-
the EVGA like power supply logo is a dead giveaway. That's the
G7,
only case.
I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah.
G7 case. Okay.
That's called the EVGA S340.
EVGA S340.
I'm
Yeah.
liking the vents on top.
It reminds me of something that
It reminds me of a rain gutter.
Oh, okay, so you're saying the replacement to this would be pretty familiar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just like he upgrades his monitor every 2 years, it's only makes sense for
This-
him. And look at his, he has a side, he has a perpendicular, he has a parallel graphics card. That's what's in Oris. Like that's a sick card. It's a shame that we only get to see the side of it. This travesty.
right. So he's gonna be this is why he entered the giveaway, right? To get another
Yeah.
case with a grill similar to this one, right?
Yes.
Right.
It looks a little cramped though. Like I feel
Yeah,
for this dude. Like
I wish we could also help him out with the desk, because
The
if you look at
desk.
that
Yeah.
far left monitor, it's like sitting on like a pedestal, like
Yeah.
leaning off the side of the
Oh,
desk.
yeah.
Yeah,
He
it's
needs a
like
bigger
barely.
desk.
when are we gonna tell people about the HYTE desk?
Height desk.
I mean,
Forget the
Yeah.
desk. This looks like a
for-
closet. Like I'm sorry we can't give this guy a new room because it just looks
Jeffy,
like he's in a
come on.
box.
Jeffy, come on,
Jesus,
Jeffy.
Jeff.
Jeffy, this is the most harsh I've ever heard you, dude. Like
You
what
guys,
happened?
you guys are like doxing people too, giving out their Instagrams. I'm sure you didn't follow or like that guy's photo.
I mean, I mentioned this previously. Like, this is minimalistic, but it's also a bit cramped for my tastes. I think he
Good use
could.
of space though.
Yes, very good use of
Considering
space.
like the left monitor is lifted. If you look closely at the base of it, it's lifted, so it's not using real estate on the desk. So smart.
You know what's dope is although like I can't really speak for the quality of the lights, that there are lights, that he's got like a lot of like background glow going on here. Like he's attempting to do a lot of good like ambient light.
Yeah, I mean those colors might change. We don't know.
Yeah, maybe they do. Yeah.
But
I personally like white lights in behind my monitors. Uh-oh.
I mean, let's go ahead and start giving this some ratings, I guess. Jeffy, what would you rate this setup? I mean, I think he could use a bigger desk, but let's go ahead and give this a rating as well.
I give him a solid. We'll do an 8.5.
8.5.
Yeah.
Default thinks this should be a 7.5 out of 10. King, what do you
I
think?
could agree with that.
7.5 out of 10?
Yeah, default, dude. I'm with you on this one. It's 7.5. It's a little cramped. Like I can't tell if the desk is like straight on the wall. Like the perspective is like killing me in here. Like
It looks like it's at an angle from the wall,
yeah,
right?
I can't
Like
tell
30
like if
degrees.
it's off
like
by
pulled
like
out.
yeah, exactly, like a 20-degree like from the wall. Not necessarily bad, but maybe he's just having some room for the lights back there. I don't know, but it's just like but
maybe
this
the
angle
wall.
specifically isn't doing this setup justice. If he took it from another angle, maybe.
Yeah, John.
Yeah.
What's his IG so I can stalk him?
That's on Twitter actually, so I don't think we'll find any other pictures unless he has
Maybe the back wall isn't 90 degrees. Maybe it's like 120 degrees. That back wall.
But I like that this person is like preserving history of the monitor thing. Like he's not trying to just toss out like things that are like there's a utility for this stuff with this
Exactly. That's
person.
why I gave him a high score because it's like he made it work with what he's got.
Yep.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And like your left monitor, your OBS monitor doesn't need to be 120 frames.
Right. Yeah, you're
or
just using it to
144,
monitor
you know
the
what I mean?
stream
Yeah,
and
exactly.
the
So the
chat.
fact that it's all like a progressive upgrade that speaks a lot. And that's a soundbar, huh, on the bottom, right?
To the left of it?
No,
like
right
the
below
monitor's on it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Or no, it's mounted to the pole in the back, and then it's just
So that's
lifted
to the
and
second
next to
monitor.
Oh
then.
wow.
So that's a whole.
Okay, see, like
soundbar.
this person is like
Very
being
efficient.
Very efficient.
Yeah, this is a
That's what
very
I'm saying. That's
efficient
why I gave
setup.
him a high rating. He's very efficient with the space that he got. Yeah, see, like he tried to make 3 monitors work.
Yep. Again, so I'm a big fan of minimalism. Also, Star Wars. So I that Stormtrooper is resonating with me. So I'm gonna give this a 8.5.
Yeah.
Brad, what would you give this?
I'm giving it a 7 for the DG7. No, but I think that's pretty solid. As far as triple monitor, you get plus points for that, but having them be different monitors, we're trying to be objective here with the scores, and I think but pretty solid 7 for me.
Cool. Did I miss anyone? I think that was all our ratings. Actually, Rob, are you still in the chat? What would you give this? Oh, you might be busy, but yeah, I think we all have our answers. That was the last submission that we'll be showing on stream. Again, if you want to participate in this giveaway, or this raffle rather, head over to our Twitter and our Instagram. It should be the first thing on the page. But this event ends, or this giveaway ends on Tuesday at 11:59 p.m. So you have until then to submit your setup alongside using hashtag HYTEupSetup. The winner will be announced probably, let's say on Wednesday, or let's do Thursday of next week. So yeah, go ahead and check us out on Twitter and Instagram. If we have any last minute questions or anything that we missed for updates, maybe we can talk about that a bit. But sorry for joining in late. Great meeting y'all. Yeah, posted my setup. Need to rehome my brand PC into a fish tank. Yes. So
yes, absolutely.
Um,
Wait, do we have that guide yet?
Yeah, I thought we were supposed to have like a CAD file for
no.
the fish tank, right? For the Y60.
Oh, do we actually want that? Because I'm pretty sure we can provide that without having to worry too much. If
I
they
mean,
really want the CAD file.
I
for the
think
fish
people would like that. I mean, there's no harm in giving it away or giving that information away, right? Maybe people
Agree.
would actually would like have to have a Y60 fish tank. But yeah, yeah, if we can get that in your hands, maybe we can throw it on our Discord alongside some of the images that we have from Rob's photo shoot, Brian's photo shoot. We have a ton of pictures coming up, guys. Also, look forward to some more videos just showing off the Y60. Also, we do have Liquid House in the chat. We can't
Shout
speak.
out to Liquid.
Yeah, shout out to Liquid House. We can't speak for what or speak for the details. But yeah, just look out for that. That should drop shortly. I assume maybe before or after the embargo lifts on 15th. But yeah, thanks for tuning into the stream, guys. We will be this will be happening every week at 5 p.m. PST. So if you have any questions, I'll be asking on Twitter or Discord, and yeah, join us next week. Thank you for joining. Bye,
Thanks,
everyone.
guys.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good weekend. Bye.